moment, we all saw Cloud lift his head as the train is coming into Midgard during the E3 2015 press conference gave all Final Fantasy VII lovers such a hype moment we would never forget. Not only because it was an iconic scene, but Square Enix seemingly were able to extract from our very consciousness the exact graphics and design of a world we all saw in our imagination during the original 1997 release. What a feeling we were given before even picking up the controller for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I say this because this is just one obstacle in which Rebirth had to be amazing to overcome the franchise's previous success, not only from the source material, but from the expectations of modern gamers and technology available in the industry today. I'm so pleased to say that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth delivers in every way and is hands down a masterpiece.
Cloud, bring me the black materia.
Welcome to the experience of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Going to keep the story part short to avoid any spoilers. This second game in the confirmed trilogy continues the story of Cloud, Barret, Tifa, Red 13, Yuffie and Aerith as they leave Midgard in the mission to find the big bad villain Sephiroth and to stop the capitalist corporation company Shinra, who are killing the planet by using its life force for their own gain. However, I will say that this statement does the story of the game a disservice. There are multiple factions who have their own ambitions and goals that layer over each other, which build throughout the roughly 100-hour playtime. The world of Rebirth expands from the city of Midgard, with the party going to multiple open world-like zones, each with their own rich history, narrative significance, and rich characters to meet. Each area creates a nostalgic moment, if you've played the original, where you have that moment of comparing in your mind the levels of technology from 1997 to 2024, and oh have they improved. I may say this a few times, but Square Enix has nailed the what would the world of Final Fantasy VII look like in 2024.
Oh no you don't, that bad's mine.
A great story and world can only be achieved through well-written and acted characters. Huge credit needs to be given to every writer and actor in this game. There are over 300 of them. Take Red 13 and Barret's backstory, which was so raw in the 1997 game. It was left for you to create the voice and the emotion in your head as you were reading the text, whereas in Rebirth, those relived moments are so much more complete and well-rounded, giving the character, or in this case characters, their own moments to shine and develop, complemented with the graphics and direction, all harmonising to tug at the player's heartstrings.
You, Nanaki, their son.
She was afraid, because I was too small and weak.
Each character gets their moment to shine in building their story as well as in combat, more on that later, but these moments are all executed differently and in unexpected ways. Even the cheesy bits, which are to be expected, are here.
It's not.
Then maybe we swim it.
Also, take the entire emotional spectrum and you will find something relating to each one in this game. I get it right, as a player you're meant to not like the bad guy, but by the end of the game I genuinely hated Sephiroth and had to kind of catch myself turning that hate into admiration of the writers, actors and direction. The whole cast needs a shout out, and I could probably go through each of the characters and give a multitude of reasons why they fit their roles so perfectly. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth uses the same mix of strategic turn-based combat with its fast-paced action combat, meaning you are constantly making choices to build your ATB gauge, block or dodge, or use an ability if you have the resource, mana. Rebirth introduces the synergy system in which two party members combine to perform a combo with the added benefit depending on the team. For example, Cloud and Tifa can use a synergy skill that temporarily makes all spells cost 0 mana, adding another element in its strategy on the battlefield, but also through the materia system. Sometimes I would put on heavy mana costing abilities on Cloud and use these abilities to save mana from my casters. Each character has their own unique playstyle and there's a lot of customization options available. I had Barrett, who was a range gunner, become magic focused with his items, materia and weapon slots, giving him the ability to heal the party but also deal damage at a distance. Red 13 was defensive focused with healing, making him more like the paladin archetype, and Cloud was just full damage with his healing from prayer, which costs 0 mana. Boss battles challenge you in different ways. The pressure system is also back and requires you to do different things, e.g. block certain attacks or use synergy abilities, meaning that no boss ever felt the same and challenged me in different ways. For new players, this combat system and materia mechanics can be daunting, but taking a bit of time experimenting and understanding the synergies is deeply rewarding.
10 out of 10.
Some of the minigames are not tuned correctly. In my view, Brawler needs some work. It's a bit of a pain to make the player pause in between attacks to try and figure out what direction your opponent is about to strike. One side quest at the end of the game requires high scores, but if you've already got them, you still have to redo them, which was a bit annoying. And I guess the biggest sin for me was there was a lack of materia loadouts, something that was in the original 1997 version. This game is accessible to new players. However, as I was going through the game, I was always comparing or reminding myself of certain events in the original. This added something to my experience, and I think I've made it clear in my review, it's been in the best possible way. It's a highly unique experience in that respect. I imagine if I had not played the original, I would not have enjoyed Rebirth as much as I did. I guess I now envy anyone who has played the original but not yet played Rebirth, rather than anyone who doesn't know anything about Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy Rebirth is a love letter, not only to the source material, but also to gamers. It is a piece of art that is more than just a game. You will face questions about fate, choices, hardships, perspective, life, love, grief and hope. All things that left me a bit richer as a person after playing the game. Rebirth is full of exploration, fast-paced combat, strategy and storytelling, which competes and I would argue transcends other media forms.
Man, I wish I could go on trips all over the world like
In my
you guys.
opinion, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is one of the best JRPGs of all time. It sits on top of gaming media with God of War 2018 and Zelda Breath of the Wild.